Hello, hello everyone. So, the question for today's live is, can you be too spiritual? Have you noticed that some people who are now going into this spiritual world, like learning about stars, about numerology, about psychology, about, you know, is it like the area of esoterics, they are like, and start to meditate from the morning till the evening. They are kind of, gone. They are kind of floating around, but they are not here anymore. So is this really a thing? The answer is, unfortunately, this is a thing. These people, they were doing all this to search for healing, for peace, for higher selves, but at the same time, they forgot to ground themselves. They forgot about the materialistic side. And this is why they're floating around, and they're like, often these people think like, I know the best, I am the best, you all are pieces of not so good as me. I know everything now that I am in connection with a higher me, higher myself. Nothing else matters. Nothing you will tell me will be new or even accepted. They now start to do all those esoteric things, practices, meditation. And I said meditation is good, but there always has to be a balance. Always. Like, you don't do it from morning till evening and ignore all your feelings, ignore all your emotions, because you're floating around, you are the guru, Guru? Seriously? And what even is guru? For me, guru is something that knows more than I do, and that's where I want to go. In that kind of way can lead me, help me to go from point A to B where I want to go. Like guru is a teacher for myself. See, these people, when they go too deep into spirituality, they are escaping all their emotions, avoiding. This is a good one. They are avoiding action. Yes, they do the practice and this. The same like with law of attraction, if you know, the book Secret, the movie Secret. Yes, I visualize, I see things, this, and what do? Sit with their butt on a bench and don't move. Don't do any actions. They do not take any responsibility. And how far do you think they will get? They stay in one spot. They don't do nothing. They don't communicate. Why do you think we are on this earth? We are on this earth. Yes, you have soul. Yes, you have the body. Soul, spirituality, body, it's materialistic. What do you need? You don't go only spiritual. You don't go only materialistic. You go in a balance. Yes, you do all those practices. Yes, you do visualization. Yes, you do meditate. But at the same time, you also do set goals. You go after what you want. You do take action on daily basis. Yes, you do meditate if you want to clear your mind and have a sharper, better focus, better sleep, and better relationship with yourself. But you do not avoid the responsibility. Instead of avoiding emotions, you work through them. You see what can you do better to improve your life. Yes, these practices and everything, the spiritual side, are very good. They're brilliant. But you do not forget about talking to your spouse, to your partner, to your parents, to your friends, to have this communication. You don't have mouth only to eat. You also have mouth to speak, to communicate. You are put in this earth to be in between other people. Otherwise, you would be put somewhere in an island where there's nobody else. So, spirituality is not about escaping, but about having this balance. And this is very, very important. So while you live from your soul, you do all these practices, but you also, because you have body here, you live in present. If you are too materialistic, often, right? These people who are too into spirituality world, they think that, oh, if you are too more materialistic, you start to think only about money. Money is low vibrations in their thought. Instead of looking, like changing this focus that money is opportunities, new adventures, that in a good way to see the money. How can you help people because you have this money? They see it as very, very negative. So, what to do in order not to, if this is your journey in spiritual world, you're just starting. So what to do not to float around, not to think that you are the guru of everybody and everybody else is a piece of something not so good, that you are the best. Yes, you do the practices. And yes, you do the action. Yes, you work on your inner world. That means on your emotions, on your feelings, on your thoughts, on your beliefs. But you also set goals and go after it. So you do take actions. Yes, you do listen to your guides. But you also talk and listen to your partner, to your children, to people around you. So you do socialize. Yes, you do meditate. But at the same time, you also move around your body. You go for a walk, you go for a run, you dance around, you stand up, you sit down, you do some push-ups, you go for a swim, whichever you prefer. So you do both. So, yes, you do visualize. We are going to talk about visualizing in another life, how powerful this is, and it's really very powerful. And how to do it and everything around it, I will tell you. But not only visualize, you also do the work. Like, I'm sure you have heard about this, that a person is all the time praying and visualizing that they are winning a lotto. And then they are giving out to God, God, I did all this work and you didn't make me a winner of the lottery. And God is saying, yes, but there was a ticket for you, but you didn't do any action. Why you didn't go and buy a ticket? Or also, if there was a guy on an island, and also praying for God to save him, but the God did save he was sending a one boat, other boat, third boat, fifth and 10th boat, but the person didn't get onto the boat to save. He was just waiting for God to save them. He didn't see any signs. So yes, you do visualize, yes, you do those affirmations and everything, but you also have to take an action. You do work with your soul, but you also work with your body. So both together, there has to be balance always. Now, also, you do feel the light, like you are so, you feel that the power is you and you are the power, and you are all after meditations. But then again, once the dark sides come, once the shadows come, like, oh yes, I do have this anger inside of me, I do work with it. I have this jealousy, or why am I jealous? You ask those questions. So you work not only on those good feelings, that you have inside of you, but are also on those dark shadows. You have to accept yourself different. Like, yes, I am like this, but yes, I do accept myself also being these, lower emotions. And by doing so, you can get very, very powerful. You do not ignore any of them. So, you have to understand that you are put on this earth to live, not to float around. Why do you think you have two legs? So you could walk, you could take the action, you could take 4 steps, second and 10 steps. Why do you have these arms? So, but not just to put in like this and just to meditate, no. Or to, if you would have wings, you would be like a bird and not float around. You would see even birds and float around. They fly around. But your soul is put here in human body. That means you do your you do move your body and you work with your soul. This is the balance. So why you have your arms, your hands, to help others, to do things for yourself, to grab the light by your own hands and finally get what you want. So I hope this life was useful for you, and now you understand that yes, you might see people who go in, like this is a song, they are going into this spiritual world and they lose themselves, and now you understand why. A lot of times, you see, people turn to alcohol. Why? To not think about, any things. To kind of skip their emotions as well. You could compare it, of course, not directly, but you could compare it to this as well, to spirituality. That they are kind of not living their present life, but instead they are kind of escaping, trying to escape everything. So, but this is not why we are here. We are here to work on ourselves and to grab that life by our hands and get what we want. And I believe in every single one of you that you can do it. You can get what you want. But of course, here's another thing. A lot of times, already I said before next live stream, that many people do not know what they want. They're confused. They do know exactly what they don't want, but what they want is very unclear. So if you have any question regarding this as well, I'd be happy to talk to you about it. But now, leave the comments regarding what you heard. That do you know anybody who is so, like they started this spirituality path and they just lost themselves? Do you know anybody like this? Or have you heard stories about it? And let me know what you think about it. All right, this is for this evening, and I'll see you again. I'm not sure about tomorrow. Tomorrow probably will be just a post as I'm flying with my family back to Ireland. But we'll see then. All right, over and out. Have a lovely, lovely Saturday evening. Bye-bye.